Personal log, Zephyr Forge. Morning of May 13th, 2185. Mess halls are usually loud, soldiers decompressing, gear clanking, voices high from a mix of caffeine and adrenaline. But today, there was a weird hush, like the whole place was holding its breath. Communications officers were whispering over their data pads. I caught bits and pieces of conversation and something strange while passing tables on my way to the coffee machine. Station 81 is back online. Heard there's been a thread running across SATCOM. Folks had to stabilize the data blocks. Unofficial task force, civvies, reservists, maybe even old Helldivers. It's been a scavenger hunt with the encryption. Glanced over at one of the crew who was starting to get frantic. What is that out there? Do you see it? Is that the singularity? With his buddy teasing him, "You're seeing things, man. I told you. Lay off the coffee and don't stay up all night watching the SATCAM." The name, Station 81. It's some orbital relay no one paid much attention to until recently. It's supposed to be fully automated. On May 9th, it started some sort of reboot process. No clear sabotage, no mechanical fault, just offline at random. Some are calling it a test, maybe some half-forgotten protocol from the old days kicking back to life. Others think it's more than that. The more paranoid types are whispering about AI anomalies. A few nutjobs even muttered the word Illuminate. That last one got under my skin. We stomped them out. But if there's anything I've learned in this job, it's that the galaxy doesn't stay quiet for long. Figured I would check out the information archives. I'm not much of a computer whiz myself. Who am I kidding? I pulled triggers for super credits. I figured it wouldn't hurt to stay informed. Protocol 1 required 4 to 5 digit alphanumeric code to authenticate and gain access to the SATCOM array. They had gained access into 4 stations, with Station 81's feed being cut off and in need of recalibration. By the afternoon, they were working the second protocol, aligning the radar dishes, which was something I was more familiar with, and the third task was issued on the evening of May 9th and consisted of calibrating the antenna bandwidths. Fourth directive was issued on May 10th. All 3 stations needed the frequency adjustments, which started up the data block decryption and reboot process, a lengthy process. During reboot, there were a couple sub-directives that came up to find the passcode that would be needed. It was said to be found in an old Earth Norse folklore poem of Beowulf. The final key was the word Hiorot, which by definition is a grand mead hall built by the king for his warriors. Oh boy, do we need one of those. Someone should submit the idea to High Command to get one installed on the DSS. The task force had managed to resync the station after some apparent hacker group made their way past the firewall to slow down or halt further progress. But they had managed to reroute the malicious users, terminate their controls, and trace the origin of the cyber attack. An act of treason in which, if I had to guess, a special task force had already been sent to eliminate the criminals. The final data block recalibration started late afternoon of May 12th, and the task force were working rerouting the power supply to get all systems' power back online. Once the power had been restored, manual reboot of Station 81 was in order, stratagem code entry. Curious what the crewmen had saw, I clicked over to access to Station 81's live camera. There was the singularity. It was only moments later, the alarm started blaring. pit in my stomach began to form the second the blips of blue neon started to appear, like artificial gravity systems failed. The entire Illuminate armada poured through the purple outlined hole in space, like they already owned the stars. My spine went cold. My trigger finger didn't. And I knew right then, this wasn't a force sent to claim a few planets and do some scouting. They came to conquer.